I finally watched Obsession, and I genuinely don't know how Curry Barker pulled this off. This movie was reportedly made on a budget of just $750,000 and somehow went on to gross around $374 million. That's not just a success story. That's the kind of box office run that makes studio executives wake up in cold sweat. The best part, it doesn't feel like a tiny film desperately trying to punch above its weight. It feels like a filmmaker who knew exactly what story he wanted to tell and refused to waste a single frame.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the fucking world.
The movie starts off fairly grounded, almost deceptively simple. You think you have figured out where it's heading, and then it slowly starts tightening the screws. Not with loud jump scares or unnecessary chaos, but with this growing sense that something is deeply, deeply wrong. And when it finally leans into that discomfort, it gets under your skin. Now I won't spoil much, but I have to talk about Inde Navarrette. She absolutely carries some of the film's heaviest emotional moments. There are sequences where she barely says anything, and it's all in her expressions. Fear, confusion, vulnerability. Every emotion lands naturally. There were a couple of scenes where I completely forgot I was watching someone act. I'm not saying Oscar worthy because it's trendy to say that, but she definitely deserves one.
No, don't say that! I thought we were having a nice day!
Michael Johnston also does a solid job, and the chemistry between the cast makes the increasingly bizarre events feel surprisingly believable. What's really exciting though is what this movie represents. We are watching a new generation of directors completely rewrite the rules. A few years ago, if you told someone that YouTubers would be making some of the most exciting horror films around, people would have laughed.
You serious?
Now we have got Backrooms, we have got Iron Lung, and now Obsession. These aren't filmmakers waiting for Hollywood to hand them permission. They are building audiences first and proving that strong ideas can beat big budgets. That's honestly refreshing, because somewhere along the way, horror stopped being about who had the biggest visual effects team and started becoming about who had the better imagination. And Obsession has imagination in abundance. It's creepy without constantly screaming in your face. It's emotional without becoming melodramatic. And it trusts the audiences enough to connect the dots instead of explaining everything. And one last thing. If the One Wish Willow was actually real, the possibilities would be endless.